Hey guys, Matt here with Carolina Coops, and today I'm in Carrboro, North Carolina. Standing next to me is Dave and his two sons, Max and Wes. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we just finished up this chicken coop that you're going to see over here. And real quick, before I forget to mention it, this coop is attached to an existing shed that we did not build. Dave actually had some other builders build this custom shed, and he called us up and hired us to build this custom coop. So Dave, thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks.
You're welcome. This is, I was telling Dave, this is something normally we don't ever do, but for some reason, Dave, you gave me that confidence that we were going to be able to pull this off. And you mentioned the other day that maybe you even had some reservations about trying to combine two different builders.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the idea to build the shed back here, which might even look like a future Airbnb, who knows what, but it's looking good. And we knew we wanted to do a coop. So we decided, well, let's just plan to do them both at the same time. So it's not like a shed and then down the road, like in 6 months, we do a coop someplace else. So try to have it come together. And weren't quite sure how it was all going to come together. And then called you guys, gave you a rough sketch of the shed. And then Matt was like sending me drawings that you did. And I was like, that looks great. Let's do that. Let's go for it. Came out here with a tape measure and tried to get accurate measurements and then sent it off to you. And then when you guys came in with your truck and unloaded all these walls, I couldn't believe how many pieces and parts that you had sort of interpreted and planned for. And then you texted me and you're like a glove, fits like a glove or something. It was great.
So I do love to communicate with customers, especially when I know there's going to be a little anxiety, a little nervousness, and you never know what it's going to look like when you come home at the end of the day. So anyways, and actually I was just going to mention there's, I don't want to go into all the things that you guys have already seen us talk about with all our chicken coops with the, the function of the egg hutches, the deep litter system. But, one of the things I wanted to get in this video is just, I love when you viewers out there mention that you love when we do videos with customers. And I know I can stand in front of a coop all the time and talk about how great we are and how well we do. I just told Dave, I said, anything, just speak from the heart. I always love when a customer gets what we do and then they're happy when we're all done. So
I'll say that I'm sort of like a hobbyist home improvement kind of guy where I take on projects where I think, okay, maybe that'll be fun, maybe I'll give it a shot. And when I was starting to think about doing a coop, I thought maybe I'll just build my own and see where it goes. And then quickly started to do the math with how much time and how long that would take, and then multiply it by, he's 5 and he's 3, so multiply it by 5 and 3 years as long as it would take me to do it, and realized that I wasn't going to really come close to getting what we wanted. And then found you guys, Carolina Custom Coops. I was Googling it, found it, watched a bunch of the YouTube videos that you guys had, and was like, all right, that's what we want, And so my wife and I, we sketched it out a little bit, called you guys, and could not even come close to doing what you guys did in a million years. You thought of all the details. You answered all the questions we didn't even know we had, and just we're totally dialed in on the whole process, and we couldn't be happier with the way it looks, the functionality of it. So a lot of people try to make things look good but take shortcuts in the backside, and you guys don't do that. No, so poke around and look at all the little things, and you guys are making it work behind the scenes. Things that no one even sees are super tight. So awesome.
You just mentioned something that's really, really interesting, is that we thought of the questions you didn't even know you were going to have.
Yeah. That
is one of the nice things about hiring us, is we're chicken people and we do chicken coops day in and day out. And, another great example that is, in regards to your predator apron.
Yeah.
There was some things that even I was like, oh, I'm not too certain on, and I definitely want to get that on video to talk about it, but I think we definitely did the right thing. And I know, again, a lot of viewers out there, they're going to probably run into the same challenges. So we'll show you what we did with the predator apron, and I probably should let the YouTube chicken police out there, okay, calm down, relax, make sure we get a good shot of the predator apron. Nothing's going to be digging in underneath, right? And then to also make our chicken girl very, very happy, this is her touch. I can't do a predator apron now without it, and it just makes sense. Just sod staples going all the way around, so as it's settling, you come in with topsoil, you don't have to worry about tripping on it.
Oh, nice. So I didn't even notice that.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. This is one feature that we've never done before. successfully, I should say, we have experimented. So one of the disadvantages to having a metal roof, Hutch, is it's metal and it can be sharp. You got to be careful. And I don't give up very easily. And so I just went to the local automotive store here, got some more of this automotive door trim. And this was actually a tip that we got from a client or a customer.
That was Darren Sullivan from Ohio.
You remember this? Wow, good job. And we've experimented with a couple different door trims, and this has been by far the best trim I've ever seen go on here. So you guys see this right here? See that plastic part? Your father was thinking of you guys. We got to make sure, especially as you get a little bit older, and instead of hitting right here when you come running 100 miles an hour, you could hit right here. So let me know how this works. I am, one of my concerns is to make sure it stays on, but I love that there's an adhesive. So
it's a nice touch.
Yes. So some of the other things too, Dave, that I wanted to mention on video is, and the viewers out there, and Dave, you got to promise me when it's all done, you send me pictures.
Absolutely.
Everyone's got an opinion. Let us know. We talked about the combination between the board and batten and the clapboard. Thinking about maybe there'd be too much of a contrast. I've actually had customers in the past actually ask for that contrast, and I haven't asked you yet what your thoughts are. I know it's not painted yet and finished, but
yeah, I think that it's looking really good right now. We wanted this to look like some sort of cohesive, intentional unit, but we didn't want it to look, so different that you couldn't tell it was a chicken coop. Like, we like the idea that it has that look and that feel. So I feel like the design on the coop will complement that other design, and we're not trying to hide this in plain sight. We're trying to honor it. And so I feel like between the same color scheme, when that's painted, that same color and this color, it'll tie in really well. And I think that and also it's super functional, so I like that aspect as well.
Yeah, and I think it gives it just a very classy look. And the other thing too that I wanted to mention, and I'm going to toot our horn a little bit, but these are just those little details that Dave, I know, can now vouch for us, all the way down to the buttons of the windows.
Yeah.
We drew this up in SketchUp, and Evan did a lot of the drawing. I should probably give him a lot of credit right now. And he did a couple different options for the buttons for the windows. And I said, Dave, let's wait until we come down there and we're on site and then take a look at it. And to my surprise, and I think this was a good call, he said leave them out.
Yeah, less is more.
Less is more. That's exactly what he said. So Dave, you were just asking probably a great question. I always get the same old questions. This is going to be a new one.
So I'm just so impressed with the amount of attention that you pay to each detail for the coop, on the design phase and the build phase. And a lot of people would sort of like, oh, we're not going to worry about that. We're close enough, and not pay attention to all the little details. You spend a lot of time on the details. It's important to you, right?
Very.
So percentage-wise, how important is it to think about what kind of hardware you're going to use, and exactly what the pitch is going to be on sort of the stairs going up, and what's the angle of the water bar, all that little stuff dials in.
So important. It's so very important. That's the art. I don't think of myself as an artist, and I'll never will, but I love when our customers will say, Matt, man, this is functional art. And I think of that as a huge compliment. There is so many little things that I have learned over the years of building a chicken coop that we have to think about, and it makes me so happy when a customer realizes that, because you're seeing the value of not just getting a beautiful chicken coop, but to create something from nothing and to make it work perfectly all the way down to the size of the T-hinges and the gate latches, and then make the windows function perfectly.
Right.
And another great example is your water bar.
Yeah.
You would think, just slap a water bar in there and we'll catch the rainwater off the barrel in the back and that'll be super easy.
Right.
And it's actually not. There's a lot of things. You got to know what boards you're going to catch. You got to know, is it going to be easy for you to have access to? We're making it, and by the way, we're going to keep it from freezing. So now we got to add electric, we got to add pumps, we got to add a return, things like that.
How long you guys been in business?
12 years.
Yeah, I feel like I'm paying for 12 years of mistakes that you guys have made rolled into the build of this coop, so I don't have to make 12 years of mistakes on my coop.
That's a good way of putting it. We have learned a lot, and I always tell my customers, even when we do make mistakes, we learn from it.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons why I think we've been successful.
And then each build is it gets better.
Oh, absolutely. I learned so much, especially with the custom coops. Our production coops that we do over and over in our Carolina Coop. But this is why I love the custom. And I guess that's the other thing I really wanted to show off in this video is we've never done this before. We've never actually prefabbed a coop to fit an existing structure. And we did it because numbers don't lie. You gave
Yeah.
us great numbers, and I couldn't be happier. And that was the other thing that I love that you said when you first, one of the things you first said on day one when you showed up, that was exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. You guys rolled in with all of these sort of walls that I couldn't imagine how it was all going to come together. And then you guys have a method, and you have your team, and you put on a tool belt yourself.
I did.
That was fun.
I haven't put a tool belt on in a while. We had to give our driver a couple weeks off, but it was fun and it came out really well. Because this is probably one of the most important parts of this entire build. Coop was easy. You gotta make sure you don't let predators get in. And we went back and forth on a couple ideas. So basically what happened was, we didn't know what the exact grade was gonna be here. So we talked about, and we kind of knew when we got here, someone or us was gonna have to put in a board along the bottom. And we went back and forth on, do we just build it up with the topsoil? Because David is gonna come in, build up the topsoil. But then our apron was going to be attached to here and get it in, and then he'd have to monkey around with the apron. So anyways, we just decided to go ahead and attach the board along the bottom of the coop, and then we started talking about just putting a predator apron around the coop structure. And what we realized is that's not going to work. So what we decided to do was put a predator apron around the entire structure. And the reason for that is, it occurred to me when I started doing it, even though that's a shed, a predator's not going to care.
Right.
That they're going to look at the whole thing as a chicken coop. So if they start digging over there and they keep trying to come up, even if they come up on the other side there where we were going to put the predator apron, they hit that predator apron, they're going to go down until they come up and they're successful. So we decided just to go all the way around, and we filled in all the gaps with more pressure treated lumber around the decking, and actually all the way around the back side of the shed here. Very, very important. Predator apron around the entire thing. And then there is the rain barrel. And you can see the two hoses. One is an inlet, one is an outlet for the water bar. You'll love that.
I can't wait. I had another thought I wanted to just share that I think I'm so impressed with, like the craftsmanship and the approach that you guys do. And that everything that you were building and talking about seems to all be designed for, like, and I mean this in the best sense of like worst case scenario. Like, what if an animal wants to come in? How do we stop that? You don't just like put an apron right here, you build it even further around so it can't get in. What if the coop gets hot? So we put 3 different peg holes or 3 different areas for different dowels. You're like, well, let's think that through, you know? Like, what if a raccoon comes? So then you have the suggestion with like the carabiner and like everything is done. What if the water freezes? You have an answer to every possible problem, which is awesome because I didn't even know these were possible problems. So really cool that you guys have that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's and I take those things for granted because we do it day in and day out. But that is the value. That is what's nice about calling us, buying one of our chicken coops, or also if you're thinking about building your own coop, don't buy those Chinese coffins. Learn from us and build your own.
Can't wait to get some chickens in there. And,
and we're friends for life.
Yeah.
You have my cell phone. You can text me if you ever have any questions. Very important to start the chickens off right.
Thanks, man.
Dave.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Thank you. All right, guys, I hope you watched the video. I hope you liked it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. If you want notifications, hit that bell wherever it is. Also, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. But more importantly, check us out at carolinacoops.com. And my absolute favorite way to contact us is just give us a call, 919-794-3989. Thanks for watching.